The galaxy declared humanity extinct, then we answered. HFY Sci-fi complete story. Before we dive in, drop a quick "Humanity endures" in the comments. It may seem small, but trust me, it really helps share this story with more sci-fi fans like us. I love seeing who's watching and knowing you're on this journey with me. Now, let's see what happens when the galaxy realizes humanity never died. Part 1. The Ghosts of Earth. The alarms screamed across the bridge of the Zerath Dominion dreadnought Kharox, the largest warship in the known galaxy. Admiral. A new signature. Multiple contacts emerging from the rift. Admiral Zekarr, veteran of 100 extermination campaigns, turned his cold eyes toward the holographic display. Impossible. No species dared to fight the Dominion here, not on the edge of their territory. And yet, the rift tore open, light flooding the void. One by one, ships slid out of the darkness, sleek, angular, bristling with weapons. Their hulls bore no Dominion sigils, no coalition emblems. Instead, etched in gleaming steel, a single, ancient word burned across every prow: United Earth Navy. The bridge crew froze. Some whispered the forbidden name, others refused to speak at all. Humanity had been wiped out 3 centuries ago, their homeworld burned, their colonies annihilated. The Dominion had destroyed them. How is this possible? One officer stammered. They're ghosts, another hissed. Phantoms. Admiral Zekarr snarled, cutting through the fear. Ghosts do not fire weapons. Ready the fleet. Obliterate them. But even as the Dominion fleet shifted into formation, the lead human warship, ancient, scarred, and yet radiating power, broadcast a single message across all frequencies. A woman's voice, steady, cold, and unmistakably human. This is Admiral Reyes of the United Earth Navy. To the forces of the Dominion, you failed to kill us. You failed to erase us. And now, we've come to collect the debt. The human fleet lit up the stars. Contact. Incoming torpedoes. Shields failing already? Admiral, they're targeting command ships first. The void erupted into fire. Dominion warships, untouchable for centuries, buckled under the precision fury of human guns. On the bridge of the Kharox, Zekarr's hands shook for the first time in his career. Not with fear of death, but with fear of something far worse. If the humans were truly back, then the galaxy would burn. The Dominion admiral stares at the incoming human armada, his fleet already crumbling under their first strike. Question left hanging. Where had humanity been hiding all this time, and what else were they bringing back with them? Part. The galaxy. Reacts across the galaxy, entire civilizations froze. The Zerath Dominion's live feed of the battle at the Rift had been meant as a show of strength, a lesson for lesser species who still dreamed of resistance. Instead, the galaxy watched the impossible. Humans, alive, fighting, winning. The Council of 9 Worlds, Coalition Core. In the vaulted chambers of the Galactic Coalition, ambassadors from dozens of species shouted over one another. This cannot be real. Humanity was purged. The Dominion swore Earth was ash and cinders, then explained the warships tearing their dreadnoughts apart as we speak. At the center, High Chancellor Veyor flicked his mandibles anxiously. Humanity had been a myth, a whispered terror to frighten hatchlings. Stories said humans were reckless, stubborn beyond reason, and terrifying in war. But myths did not return with fleets. A junior aide stammered, "Chancellor, if they survived, if they still command fleets, what if they come here? What if they come for us?" Veyor's eyes dimmed. He remembered the old words, buried deep in archives Dominion censors had tried to erase. Humans never forgive. They never forget. The Ghost Fleet, United Earth Navy aboard, the flagship UNS Valiant, Admiral Reyes stood at the command table, her jaw set. Around her, officers watched Dominion ships break apart, fireballs blooming in silence. "Status?" she demanded. 3. of their capital ships destroyed, the rest pulling back, Admiral. But they're not running. They're regrouping. Of course they were. The Dominion wasn't just strong, it was arrogant. They would never accept the truth so easily. She leaned over the table, voice low but sharp. Let them regroup. Let them believe they still hold power. Every second they underestimate us is another second we take back. But deep inside, even Reyes felt the weight of the question everyone on her crew carried. Where had humanity been all these centuries? The truth was simple and terrible. Humanity had not survived by chance. They had survived because they prepared hidden fleets, buried arsenals. Generations raised on the single promise, when the time comes, we answer. And now they had. The Dominion's desperation. On the Kharox, Admiral Zekarr bared his fangs as casualty reports filled the air. This is no remnant fleet, his strategist croaked. They fight like an empire, as if they never died at all. Silence, Zekarr roared. No species returns from extinction. They are pretenders, illusions. But the images flashing before his eyes said otherwise. Human ships darted and weaved in impossible patterns, their captains ignoring all conventional logic. They fought not like soldiers, but like predators. Chaos, incarnate. For the first time, the Dominion's rule trembled. As Admiral Reyes prepares her next strike, a mysterious transmission cuts across human channels. A voice, not Dominion, not coalition, but something else. Humanity. You were never meant to return. We will finish what the Dominion could not. The crew stares at Reyes, waiting for her answer. Part Core. The enemy behind the Dominion. The bridge of the UNS Valiant went dead silent. The voice that broke across their comms was ancient, deeper than machinery, carrying a resonance that made even the hardened veterans feel as though the void itself had spoken. Humanity, you were never meant to return. We will finish what the Dominion could not. Static crackled. Then silence. Source? Admiral Reyes snapped. Unknown, Admiral. The signal. It came from inside Dominion space, but it wasn't on any frequency. We recognize. It wasn't biological. Reyes's eyes narrowed. Not biological. Put the Dominion feed on screen. The display shifted to the surviving Dominion fleet regrouping. But behind them, in the blackness of space, something vast stirred. Shapes emerged. Not ships, not life forms, but something in between. Twisting constructs of black alloy and living tissue, bristling with spines that flexed like muscle. Their hulls seemed to breathe. The bridge crew went pale. One officer whispered, "What in God's name is that?" Reyes exhaled slowly. The reason the Dominion thought they could erase us. Dominion panic on the Kharox. Admiral Zekarr stared at the new arrivals with uncharacteristic fear. They were not supposed to come here, he muttered. His officers turned, confused. Admiral, you knew of them? They are the Krith, Zekarr growled. Our masters, our jailers. We serve them, or we are consumed. The revelation cracked the bridge. Officers hissed in disbelief, others cursed. For millennia, the Dominion had claimed supremacy, yet now their admiral admitted they were nothing but pawns. Zekarr clenched his claws into fists. If the humans have returned, the Krith will come to devour them, and us with them. Humanity decides, Reyes's war council, assembled in the strategy chamber. They're stronger than the Dominion, Captain Idris said grimly. Maybe stronger than anything we've faced. If they can consume empires, why didn't they finish us before? They didn't need to, Reyes answered. The Dominion did their dirty work. The Krith thought they'd erased us. They were wrong. A young officer asked the question no one wanted to voice. Admiral, can we fight them? Reyes looked around the table. Her crew were tired, scarred, and still reeling from their return to the galaxy. But in every pair of eyes, she saw the same fire. "Yes," she said firmly. "Because humans don't run, not from gods, not from monsters, not from anyone." She slammed her fist on the table. "Signal the fleet. New objective. We're not just taking the Dominion's head. We're showing the Krith why humanity was never meant to die." First clash. The Krith didn't wait. Their ships, or whatever they were, moved with horrifying speed, closing on human and Dominion fleets alike. "Contact. Targeting us and them. No distinction. Admiral, incoming." The first Krith barrage hit like a tidal wave. Black spines tore through space, phasing through shields as if they weren't there. Dominion cruisers folded in half, their crews screaming across comms before silence consumed them. On the UNS Valiant, alarms shrieked. They're cutting through shields like they don't exist. "Damage on Deck 7, containment breach." Reyes's voice cut through the chaos. "Hold formation. Adapt. That's what we do." Human railguns roared, torpedoes streaking toward Krith hulls. Unlike Dominion armor, the living ships shrieked as metal tore into them. They bled, if bleeding could describe the black ichor spilling into space. The Krith were not invincible, but they were unrelenting. As the first Krith vessel buckles under, human fire, it does not explode, it splits open. Something alive, massive, begins crawling out, its many eyes burning with recognition. It whispers across all channels, a single word that chills every human aboard the Valiant: home. For next part, please visit my profile.